Hey, it's Dave with ScorchedBrass.com. Right now we're going to run through some shooting tests. We're going to use the Walther P22. And we're going to shoot it unsuppressed. Then we'll shoot it suppressed with the Sparrow 22 caliber suppressor. We'll do wet and dry just to give you kind of a comparison of how it works. So first thing I'll do is I'll shoot 10 rounds just with the Walther, no suppressor. This is Federal ammo, just standard target ammo. It's about 1,200 feet per second. For this one I will be wearing ear pro because even though it's 22, it's kind of loud. Alright, again, that was unsuppressed, Federal, 1,200 feet per second rounds. Next we'll do suppressed.
Beautiful weather, isn't it? I don't think you heard me. Beautiful weather, huh?
That's great. I love the snow. Huge fan. So again, it just screws on just like that. If you're shooting dry, that's all you have to do. You put it on, load it, start going. Alright, so this is the same Federal 1,200 feet per second ammo, but we're shooting it suppressed dry with the Sparrow. Alright. I've also got some Subsonic ammo. This stuff is Remington 22 Subsonic. It's the green box. I found this to work really well on my P22. See, I think it's right around 1,000 feet per second. Yeah, 1050 at the muzzle. I've also got some CCI Subsonic that I didn't bring today. It's about 750 at the muzzle, and it's noticeably quieter, but it does not cycle very well in my P22 at all. It basically turns it into a bolt action pistol where I have to manually rack the slide after every round. Shoots just fine, the accuracy's fine, it just doesn't like to kick the slide back and chamber another round. It is very quiet though. Even without the suppressor, it's pretty quiet. Alright, so this one will be 10 rounds of the Remington Subsonic, again with the Sparrow. So even quieter, not super noticeably quieter, but you can tell the difference. Alright, next I'm going to go back to the Federal, shoot 10 rounds of that, but we'll shoot it with the silencer wet. What that means is we're going to put liquid into the silencer You can use water or whatever you want. I don't like using water because it just runs right back out. What I use is something that was recommended to me, is wire pulling gel. You can find this at Home Depot. It's got some kind of electrical use that I don't care about because I don't use it for that. I only use it for my suppressor. Basically, it's got the same consistency as like a KY jelly, so it's not going to run out of the front end of the suppressor after we put it in. It'll stay in there. If you've been shooting your suppressor a lot, be careful when you grab it because it does get quite hot. Right now this one's warm, but not too hot to touch. There's my wire pulling gel. I got a syringe. You want to do about 5 cc's max. That's what SilencerCo recommends for this one. Other suppressors might be different, but I know for this one it's about 5 cc's or 5 mLs. So I'll just put it in there. It does make a mess, but it really doesn't make that much of a mess in the suppressor. Shooting it wet or dry, the cleanup's going to be about the same. It doesn't leave a whole bunch of gunky crap in there, so it's not terrible. So what I'm going to do is just I cover up the end here with my thumb, and I'm just going to shoot it in there like so. It's going to leave a bunch of crap on the end, whatever. Wipe it off. And then I'll take and try to cover up both ends and shake it around to distribute that stuff through the baffling inside. Alright, so once it's all kind of shooken up, just go ahead and put it right back on. Alright, so this is the Walther P22 with the Sparrow, shooting it wet with the Federal 1200 feet per second rounds. So you'll notice that the first shot still had a bit of pop to it, but the subsequent shots after that are quite a bit quieter than they are shooting it dry. That's the advantage to shooting wet. And one thing that I would recommend if you're shooting wet, well actually I recommend this all the time, but make sure you're wearing eye pro, because shooting it wet you will get some crap blow back in your face. I'll notice it today because it's already a bit damp outside. So what I'll do is leave the wire pulling gel in there as is. You get some that blows out, but not a whole lot. I usually will shoot up to 100 rounds before I'll open it up, scrape out whatever residue's in there, and then refill it with another 5 cc's of wire pulling gel. So I'm not going to put any more in. I'm just going to shoot. So I don't know if I had 10 rounds in there. We'll shoot what's left of my Subsonic. We'll see how that goes. So this is the P22 with the Sparrow, still shooting wet with the Subsonic 1050 feet per second rounds.
Dang.
Right. So that will conclude our review of the Sparrow. If you have any questions, feel free to email or ask in the forums. Be happy to answer them. I've probably got about 1,200 rounds through this Sparrow right now. Just love it. I've never had an issue with it, never had a problem at all. Makes shooting a lot more fun. This Walther has actually become my favorite thing to shoot now, just because I don't need ear pro. It's nice and quiet, it's fun, and it impresses everybody. So if you're looking for a conversation piece, this is one. I think I forgot to mention price. MSRP is $4.99, and that's what I paid for it when I bought it. About 2 years ago is when I paid for it. So that plus the $200 tax stamp plus whatever your tax is for the $4.99. But yeah, that'll do it. So Dave from ScorchedBrass.com. Thanks for watching.